What's up guys, Brian Grants here of ContestChampion.com. Today I just want to give you guys a review about patch 13.1. I've had a few hours to kind of play around and test out everything that I can possibly test on my own, and I'm sure that I didn't get to everything, but if you were there for the live stream, then you know we actually did test quite a few things. And for those people who were there for the entire duration of the live stream, there's not going to be a ton of new information here. It's going to kind of be a summary of that experience. But I did also highlight some forum posts that we're going to take a look at the end of this video as well, including talks of compensation. If you didn't catch that forum post, we'll get to that one as well. So I want to start out with the good parts of the update first, and then we'll move on to the couple of bad parts as well. So first off, evade bug. For me, it's completely gone. I played for over 3 hours in this update now. More than 2 of that was on the live stream, and I had 0 experiences of an evade bug. According to some posts on the forums, there are a few people that are still experiencing an issue, but everybody that I'm talking to, their issues with evading are completely gone. The game feels super smooth, and I can't tell if it's, you know, just that we've been used to playing with a buggier state of the game, so maybe that's what's making it feel even smoother. But honestly, it actually feels smoother than 12.0 or than before 12.0 did. So I don't know if that's just in my head or what, but yeah, the game feels buttery smooth. It's great. Loading times are down for a lot of people. It's hard to tell if loading times are down for my phone. I have the iPhone 7 Plus. Loading times are already super fast on this device, so I don't know if they're actually faster or not. But people with Android devices are reporting 25 to 50% faster loading times, anywhere in that range. I did have one person say that you know, their particular phone was actually loading slower, but for the most part, almost everybody in the live stream was saying that if they have an Android device, it's loading much quicker now. So that's fantastic to see. Even, you know, like between fights and even just like hitting the help button. After playing Arena, apparently that was much quicker as well. So yeah, if you're on an Android device, looks like, you know, they did some serious optimization in order to get it running faster for Android. Special abilities seem to be landing better after 5-hit combo again. This is something that I think started up either in 12.0 or 12.1, where I couldn't land the specials as I used to be able to. And I've only done a little bit of testing with that one yet, so I can't confirm that one 100%, but I haven't missed one yet. So yeah, it feels like the special ability bug is fixed. I tested out Wolverine. People were reporting having issues with, you know, attacking with Wolverine after dodging a heavy attack. That issue seems to be gone. Hood is no longer permanently invisible, at least with the you know, the couple of matches that I did with him. He did not go invisible permanently anymore, so that's good. That was a really annoying visual bug. A lot of the visual bugs in this game is kind of whatever, but that one was pretty bad, as it definitely messed me up a few times thinking he was invis when he's not, or vice versa. The new loading screens look awesome. I really like just the visual look right now. It has that like darker tone to it, and the Punisher, man, the Punisher on the loading screen. I actually really like the way that screen looks a lot. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. There's a couple of other visual improvements, I would say. The only other one I noticed actually was the arena crystals. When you open up an arena crystal and you get some gold, the little golden nuggets a little bit shinier, and the units, they look a little bit different. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. It's going to be your personal preference, but I thought it was kind of cool actually. Civil Warrior. So Civil Warrior, he definitely got buffed a little bit here. But to be honest, I still can't really picture myself using this champion too often. He's still just going to be, you know, arena fodder for me, and then maybe every once in a while I'll bust him out just to do kind of a little fun, unique challenge. Like, I'm sure at some point I'm going to try to take this guy up against Wolverine in Realm of Legends. It's just, yeah, right now I don't feel like doing it because I would have to swap my masteries again, and I've had to swap my masteries so many times testing for the upcoming Labyrinth run. So yeah, I don't really want to do that challenge today, but he does seem much stronger, or a little bit stronger at least. I shouldn't say much stronger. He seems like his heal block is a lot more reliable. You can definitely extend the duration of that easier than before. And I couldn't really test his passive against poison and bleed damage, but you know, it can't be bad, right? They just kind of threw that on there, so there's no way that can be a bad thing. Definitely going to help you in certain situations. I'm curious to know if anybody actually tests it next time they're in Alliance Quest or Alliance War, if using Civil Warrior against a bleed or poison node. I'm curious to see what happens there. You know, starting out with the armor ups of your passive, of your signature ability. So you know, I'm curious to see what happens with that. That'd be interesting to see. But like I said, I still can't imagine myself using him all that much. If you don't have a deep roster of champions that can heal block or power drain, then he's going to be a good option. But otherwise, I think there's still better champions out there. Is kind of my short review of Civil Warrior. Cool champion though. He's a cool champion. He's a fun champion. All right, so that kind of wraps up the good about the update. Really, it's just the bug fixes. There's other bug fixes that I didn't mention, but you know, there was a lot of them. So yeah, I'm not going to name every little bug fix, but that was the majority of them. All right, so a couple of bad things. There's a couple of visual bugs here. You can see that my units don't show up in the top right corner when I have this menu open. The menu looks a little bit different. I realize it's because of the crystal number. Normally that crystal number is just slightly off to the right. Here, I could show you my mouse here. Normally the number is in like this section over here where my mouse is, and it's just kind of off to the left a bit more. I don't think it's not a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying it's, you know, it's a little bit different than if you have a large number there, it might look a little funny to you at first. I couldn't figure it out at first, but yeah, that's actually what the difference is. At one point I went into my alliance and my alliance leader wasn't showing up, and you know, I wasn't too mad about that. I was only kind of mad when he popped back in there. I thought he left the alliance. I was really happy about that, but turns out it was just a visual bug, and it, you know, corrected itself pretty quickly there. Electra is still bugged. I did a fair amount of testing with Electra, and it seems like she's still not stopping evasion like she should. I tested against Nightcrawler and Spider-Man, and in both cases it just didn't feel right. So they're gonna have to figure that one out still. I couldn't test Gwenpool. Gwenpool is another one where was having the same issue, and they said that Gwenpool is fixed, and yeah, I didn't test Gwenpool because it's really hard to test her. You have to get to a 50-hit combo to stop all evasion. There seems to be a new issue with Voodoo as well. It has to do with his level 2 special, where basically Voodoo has a 50% chance to gain these buffs that allow him to drain the power of his opponents, and it becomes 100% chance after you unlock his signature ability. And yeah, apparently that's not really working so well. Level 2 ability, it was still working, but it seems like maybe it's not getting that increase from the signature ability. And I think that's the only remaining issue with Voodoo. It's hard to tell because I wasn't, you know, I didn't play Voodoo a ton because I don't have him as a 4-star just yet. But I believe that his dash back distance is better, and I did get confirmation from people that his interaction with Mystic Dispersion is fixed, so you're no longer going to instantly be giving your opponent 3 bars of special. So at least they've got those addressed, and they've already confirmed on the forums that they're aware of this issue and they're working on it. Nebula had one of the more interesting bugs that I found while testing. Basically, you can stack up these shock charges, and then you can duplicate those shock charges by using your level 2 special attack, and it makes for some pretty entertaining amount of shock damage on the opponent. And of course, while building that up, it only led to extreme disappointment when the full 20 stacks of shock that I had on the opponent, they're supposed to double to 40, and instead they just vanished completely and went to 0. But Kabam did say that they are aware of this issue, and they're working on this one as well. There seems to be an issue with characters that go unstoppable as well, and I don't know if this is a bug or if this is some kind of intentional thing, but it doesn't seem like it's intentional. Basically, unstoppable characters, they go unstoppable twice. It's not like 2 full durations, but while they're casting their special, they go unstoppable, and then at the end of their special animation, they go unstoppable again, and that's when the actual timer starts ticking away. So if you're not staggering someone like Juggernaut or Unstoppable Colossus, then you don't notice anything. But if you try to stagger them to prevent that unstoppable buff, you're going to stop the first one, and then once their animation is over for their special ability, they're going to go unstoppable, and it's as if your stagger really didn't do anything at all. Of course, if you're using a champion that applies 2 applications of stagger, like Jane Foster, then you can stagger both of the unstoppable buffs. But if you're using a champion like Hood, then yeah, you can't really do that. Now, I don't know if this is something new to this update. It's something I really didn't notice before. I don't even know if you're able to stagger unstoppable buffs before, but it's just something that we, found while testing out the champion. Someone had brought it up. So that's pretty much it for the issues that I was able to find in the past few hours of kind of playing around with the update. Let me take you on over to the forums now, and we'll check out a few different posts that I found to be interesting. The first one here was started up by Resident, and he says, I haven't seen anything about compensation, and goes on to talk about it a little bit. And Kabam Mike says, you haven't seen anything about that because that's not part of 13.1. This was actually posted yesterday when they released the notes here. Kabam Mike says, I'm not going to say anything more, but the team is already discussing some things. But as you guys know, we don't even start to think about that stuff until the actual issues have been fixed, and we're sure that this is all taken care of. So I guess they're working to make sure that all of the major issues are gone before they say what we're going to get. But it does seem to imply that there is going to be something coming our way, whether it's just like a free gift package or some kind of special content. Who knows, right? They could bring back gold realms, dimensional rifts. Who knows what they're actually going to do? Or it could just be like the standard here. Take some revives and potions and stuff like that. So don't know what's coming, but it seems like we are going to be getting something. People brought up the fact that there was a Thanos video that was posted on the Facebook page as well as Twitter, and people wanted to know if Thanos would be obtainable or easily obtainable outside of like a special thing like the first 20 people to beat Labyrinth. And Mike says no, it's just a promotional video. He's not making his way to the contest in any regular methods anytime soon. He says, which is bad because I would love to have Thanos on my team just for fun. And while I agree it'd be fun, I do think it's a good thing that he's not coming to the mainstream player base anytime soon. I can't picture myself ever getting him, but I still think that's kind of cool that these players have some special way, or at least 20 of these people had a special way, and I'm sure a few more will be able to get him in the future. But I think it's kind of cool to have something exclusive like that, as long as it's not like the most amazing champion in the game or something. And this doesn't really have to do with the update, but for those of you who guessed that Star-Lord would be the featured champion for the week, you are absolutely correct. And if you guys don't have a Star-Lord, well, then you might want to hit up that arena and try to get yourself a Star-Lord. Here's a couple posts here that happened prior to the update as well. Somebody mentioned the parry issues, and Kabam Mike just kind of acknowledges it here and says that just because they're not constantly bringing it up that they're working on it doesn't mean that it's not being worked on. Lastly, pure skill. Now I honestly thought that we were going to see an update to pure skill with this patch, but we didn't get anything. And Kabam Mike just confirms that they are still working on it. They're still looking into some potential ideas, and of course this is going to take them more time until they can actually add it to the game. And that's going to do it for my initial review of update 13.1. It's definitely a good update, regardless of any new bugs that seem to have cropped up. They seem to be on the minor side compared to something major that they fixed with the evasion bug. And the loading times for Android, did not see that one coming. But yeah, if you have an Android device, let me know. Let me know what your loading times are like. Let me know if they've gotten much better. And oh, look at that, we just won war. That's my cue to head out of here, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.